and they're well up to speed already and ready to go 20 laps. John Stevens gets us started. Let's see what they got. As Lee Merritt got a little bit loose and got down into Will Carey, but they bumped wheels, but kept it going in the right direction. Still moving along nicely. John Stevens with the lead, and again, three wide, turn one. Lee Merritt with a nice big move, but John Stevens going to hold down to the momentum out of turn two. Let's see if Lee is going to dive down and slide up, and John will get out of the groove and lose momentum and lose 2 spots on that lap. As Lee Merritt takes over first, Will Carey second, John Stevens third, but John Stevens not done yet as he makes a big run off of turn two. Let's see if he has a little better luck. So no. John has 1 and 2 figured out, but 3 and 4 are a little bit on him as him and Carey are basically side by side. Going around again where John has a nice 1 and 2. Let's see if he figures it out. 3 and 4 this time. Much better lap, and now gaining that ground back up on Lee Merritt that he lost in the last 2 laps. Lee is going to be maybe a little defensive driving here, or is he just going to try to run his marks and see if he can hold John off? Right there, pretty good. Car will not turn and is just pushing through turns 3 and 4, and Will Carey now looking on the inside of John once again, but it's funny, John looks like he's loose 1 and 2, tight 3 and 4, so an uncharacteristic race so far for our local champion, John Stevens, as Lee pulls up a decent little cushion of 3 to 4 car lengths over John, and he's still got Will Carey and the 11 of Tim Bounds right on his heels. Rest of the field pretty well spread out, so really the big race right now is between second, third, and fourth. But don't count John out yet. He still has 12 more laps to figure it out, and if anyone can, he will. Tim Bounds a little bit loose, came into turn 4 a little bit hot, but holds it together, but he's trying to figure out a way around Will Carey. As now Lee and John and Carey have about all of them, and the 11 of Tim Bounds starting to fall back a little bit as well. So these guys are much more spread out than we're used to seeing out of the classic car division. Normally it's a lot of bump grinding. A bit of an unusual night from the classics, but they are keeping it clean as we have the halfway mark of this 20-lap race. This final race of the evening as we pack it up and get ready. And again, John Stevens super tight. Gets way up high. Man, that is so unusual. And then you see him 1 and 2. He looks pretty balanced and maybe a little bit loose, but that looks fine. But 3 and 4, I mean, you see he just get off the racetrack. Still turning down some good laps and keeping pace with Lee, but definitely not characteristic enough of John's driving to really make much of a threat, as we've got it a day. But we will stay green with 6 laps to go, 6.5 laps to go. John's starting to reel in Lee now, so now he had going on, John being the wheelman he is, has figured it out. So watch out, Lee. Here he comes. As right now the closest battle on the racetrack is the battle for the lead. John again got a little bit tight, but actually looks like he had a really good run despite of it. And now looking at the high side, we're going to run that momentum down, and it will be almost even in turn 3, but again he's way up high where he's not been doing so good in 3 and 4 and doesn't have enough momentum to keep that possible pass going. But they will have 2 sticks in the air this time around the racetrack. Let's see if John's got anything up his sleeve, and no, again got tight in turn 3, falls back in 4. Let's see here. Lee's going to hold down the middle. John, much better lap, but white flag Now 2 sticks in the air. Sorry about that. Now we're 2 sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. So lap traffic here. So let's see. That lap traffic got into Lee. Lee turns the 38 around, and John may win this race on the lap traffic technicality. Oh, you didn't want to see that. I wanted to see them race it to the end. All right, so 2 laps to go as we have a... Will that start stand? I can't imagine it will. No, that was definitely not a clean restart. Will Carey trying to take a little bit of an advantage. All right, as they make the fastest pacing laps that I've ever seen. These classics are moving 60 miles an hour on their pace laps, but we're going to go green now. John with but Carey diving on the inside. Let's see if John holds him off, and John will have no problem using that momentum. And the 11 of Tim Bounds is there, and Lee Merritt immediately back up into the mix. Will Carey side by side with John. White flag in the air. John right now leading the race. Let's see if Will's got it. Will with a really, really nice run, but can't quite get around John and hold on to that momentum. So he's going to send it for the final lap, get John a little bit tight at the top of the racetrack. Will come side by side down. Heck of a finish, but John Stevens will win the race.